Samino, hello everyone.
Samino.
We have a very special visitor from Washington, D.C. arrived in UB, Undersecretary of State Ambassador Victoria Nuland. She had her humble beginnings as a diplomat here in Ulaanbaatar, and we're really thrilled to have her back here.
This takes me back to my diplomatic beginnings.
Yes.
It takes me back to that feeling of excitement when the U.S. is creating a relationship with a country that it hasn't really worked with before.
Yeah. So you were here in 1988 during Mongolia's transition in the 1990s, and how was it?
So we were a very small opening team. In fact, the ambassador accredited to Ulaanbaatar was resident in Hong Kong. So there were only two of us. Steve Mann was the chargé d'affaires, and I was number two of two. So I was the political officer, the econ officer, the defense attaché, the cultural attaché, and the junior admin officer.
Mongolia in the 1990s, like many countries, went through this democratic transition where they had choices. There was incredible demonstrations in Ulaanbaatar Square in the 1990s of people calling for democratic change. When you juxtapose that with China in 1989, where they also had similar democratic demonstrations, two countries that yearn for democracy, two different outcomes, two different destinies. What do you think about that when you see Mongolia now coming back as this democracy?
Well, obviously, the people of Mongolia, and particularly the younger generation, wanted more openness. They wanted more freedom.
Yeah.
But given the fact that their next door neighbor so viciously repressed those feelings in its own population, I can only imagine that Mongolians said, that's not what we want. We want what is happening in the then Soviet Union, which was very open in those times. And of course, the sad thing today is when you see what Putin has done to Russia. He's closed it back down in many ways tighter than it was in those days.
Yeah.
And Mongolia is the democracy meat in the autocratic sandwich now. And that's a hard place to be. But it's also a very brave place to be. And I have to say, I'm happy for the people of Mongolia that they have choices, they have opportunity, they have the ability to travel and speak freely and choose their government and all those things. And a lot of that is new since I was here in 1980.